Azerbaijan and Armenia have been negotiating for months. It seems to be stuck right now. Can you shed some light on where you stand?
Well, huge work has been done during recent 2-3 years, despite all the challenges, the escalations, attacks on Armenian territory. We, the Armenian side, we have been very constructive during the negotiations. You know, there are good news and bad news here. The good news is that we succeeded, we somehow managed to have some success with the Azerbaijani party. For instance, most recently we adopted the first ever legal document between the two countries. So we adopted the regulation on the joint work of the respective border commissions. So these commissions work on the delimitation of the border between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And in this document, we managed to agree that the basis of the delimitation process should be the Alma-Ata Declaration of 1991, which is quite an achievement. Not to overload you with the details, I would only say that among other things, Alma-Ata Declaration of 1991 stated that the parties, which are former Soviet Union republics, basically 12 of the 15 Soviet Union republics, they adopted this document. So according to this document, among other things, the republics recognized that the former administrative borders between them as Soviet socialist republics now become internationally recognized interstate borders. So this means that we have a border with Azerbaijan, and while starting delimiting this border, we have a solid ground, solid basis. This is quite an achievement. But this was the good news. The bad news is that there are some other topics that we are negotiating around. For instance, the more comprehensive document, the peace treaty. So imagine we have a situation when we have an almost completed, finalized text of peace treaty. There is a draft. But we don't sign it. So the Azerbaijani side is reluctant to sign this peace document, peace agreement. For some reasons, I don't know, for some calculations, they come up with new and new preconditions each time, and we see that they don't want to sign the document. So this time they say that there are more things that could be agreed. We believe that there is no single agreement in the world between any two countries which regulates all the aspects, all the spheres of their relations. Meanwhile, we can sign this, a very serious document to start with, and then continue negotiating over remaining issues. So we don't see this political will from Azerbaijani side. So
in November, Baku will host the COP27, the climate conference. Do you think this could be a driver in accelerating the peace process?
I hope so. I hope so, because if you remember, we supported Azerbaijani candidacy for having this COP29 event in Baku. And indeed, I really believe that there is a momentum, there is a real opportunity to close the page of conflict in our region, at least between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and open a new page of era of peace and cooperation. Why not? There, in our corner of the planet. But yeah, the reality is something else.
So many Armenians are still worried about possible threats coming from Azerbaijan. How can you instill a sense of confidence in them that there will be a sustainable peace?
Absolutely. There are serious concerns that Azerbaijan has further military plans regarding Armenia, has further plans regarding Armenia's territories. I can bring an example. Nowadays, Azerbaijani side uses the narrative of Western Azerbaijan, which, you know, basically coincides with almost the whole territory of the Republic of Armenia. They assure us that this is not a territorial claim, but unfortunately the impression is completely different. So you ask how we can, or me as a minister, or my government can give confidence. Unfortunately, I cannot give a confidence, but because I am not confident about the peaceful plans of Azerbaijan.